Hi, I'm Ben Buchek. I'm the Human Relations Director, and today we're going to do a tutorial of the Sony Z150. So first off, you got to get all your materials. You got your camera, battery, SD card, your mics, and your XLR cable. So first off, obviously, we got to put the battery in the camera. So to do that, you do it like so until you hear that click. And to release it, there's a big battery release button. You press it down, pull it up, take it out. Next thing you do, put in your SD card. Hear the click, and then you're good. This camera actually can hold 2 memory cards at the same time, and you can switch from which one you're using. You do slot select. Obviously, we don't have anything in slot B, so the only thing that is in use is slot A. Pull out the screen. To turn on the camera, you switch it on like that. But what you should see right when you turn on the camera is a black screen. That's because our lens is closed, and to open it, you do like so. So the first thing I would do is you go to the menu, which is up here, and then you should format your card. So you can clear all the videos on the memory card so you can start fresh. This camera can shoot in 4K, but I will show you the option of going to HD specifically for live streaming purposes, or just if you need to go to 1080p instead of 4K for whatever reason that is. You go to menu, you go to video out, output select should be in SDI like so. You go back, and right now that's 4K, and we want to put it at 1080p 40i. Here are the other options, but you want it like so. That should be 24p 30p, and everything else seems good. So that's what you would do if you're trying to do live stream, because as of right now, you can only live stream at 1080p HD. So before you start filming, you should go to this side of the camera where you'll see these buttons on the bottom. So right now we're going to focus on this part right here as well as up here. So if you're a beginner, you can use full auto to take care of all of these options, which is white balance, the gain, the shutter, the iris, all that stuff. But to make your picture really good, you want to do it all manually. So the first thing you want to do is set the white balance. So to white balance, the easiest way of doing it is getting a nice white piece of paper, and then do white balance, do that, and you do white balance set. Next is the gain. You want the gain to be as low as possible. If you put it too high like that, it's pretty overexposed, so I want to keep it low. So the shutter is how quickly the iris opens and closes. So again, this is all about your judgment. So I would say around 60, because you don't want it to be overexposed. You can move it up and down like so with the toggle right down here. So I want it probably at 60. Other things to know is, say you're outside and you're doing a fast shoot and you just want to do a quick fix. There is the ND filter, which is basically sunglasses for your camera. If you put it at 1, you can see that it got a little darker. Then at 2, it gets really dark, and at 3, completely dark. So that's pretty much only for really bright areas, whatever you're filming. A nice quick tool to have. Now, for focus, you have 2 options, manual and auto. To put it on auto, you just press the focus auto button, and you'll see that the hand is gone next to the F, so that means you're on auto. So if you zoom in on something, it's going to focus for you automatically. Take it off of auto, you'll see that the F hand is back, and if you zoom in on something, it's kind of out of focus, so you just got to adjust it a bit, and that's how you do it manually. Next up is audio. We have 2 dynamic mics here. You'll either probably use these mics or shotgun mics. Shotgun mics go into here. You can unscrew it and put it in there. For dynamic mics, they're more for reporters. You hold on to it for on-screen purposes. But for now, we'll just use this mic. Have to have an XLR cable to hook up to the XLR input for this camera. You line it up with the pegs until you hear that click. And then it doesn't matter which input you put it in, just be aware of which one it is in. So just to make things easier, I'll put this mic in input 1. And you hear that click, you know it's in. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is go to this side and check out our audio settings. So right now we are in input 1 and we are on mic. So there's 3 options on this side. There's mic, line, and mic plus 48V. We are on mic right now, and that's how we're able to use this properly, and that's the power it needs. Say if you're using a shotgun microphone, which attaches to this port right here, you might need mic 48V, which just gives the microphone more power, and that's the only way it can really work. Those are the 2 you'll use the most. The third option, which is line, the only time you'll use line is for purposes such as, say you're at a press conference and the person talking in front of the room has a mic in front of them. That mic is connected through a cable into a box in a certain area of the room. Usually it's in the back of the room, and that box is where you'll put this end of the cable into that box, and so that box is directly connected to the microphone the person is using. So it's basically microphone through the box right through your camera. And that's pretty much the only time you'll use line, but make sure when you're in that situation that you are on line. Right now we are at mic, we are external. You want it at external because if it's not external then it won't be working, because this is an external microphone. If you have it in internal, you'll only be using the mic that is in this camera, which you do not want to do. You always want to have an external mic in use. So to make sure your audio is really working, you should set up your headphones, then start recording. So the headphone jack is right back here. Plug it in. So put your headphones in and you get your microphone. So let's test out our audio. So I'm hitting it, I can hear my voice. Everything seems to be right. I'm checking my settings over here. It is on mic. It is in external mode, which needs to be. It is on level 5, it is on manual, so everything's looking good. So once you turn on the camera, this is the proper way of holding the camera when you're not using a tripod. This is the easiest way of doing it. You can move this around to where you'd like. So once you're done recording everything, just a few steps to shut down the camera. You turn it off like so, put this back, put the lid down. You take off the battery by pressing on this button, putting up, down, then make sure you take off the memory card, you push it in, take it out, and close this back up. And that's pretty much it. And make sure once you're done recording to import your footage onto a computer or a flash drive that you have, because you're not going to be able to keep this memory card for very long, and then whoever uses it next is probably going to delete everything. So make sure once you're done filming to have all your footage on a separate drive or a computer, flash drive, anything like that. Thank you for watching this tutorial on the Z150 brought to you by UCTV, and I hope you're looking forward to future tutorial videos with our other cameras. And make sure to sign up for trainings and evals on uctv.setmore.com.